Fighting. How do we, the people, rise up and solve the great challenges of our time? We do it by embracing freedom and liberty. There may be no such thing as a free lunch, but this hour is as close as it gets. Welcome to A Free Solution.
Yes, it is Larry Sharp. Tuesday on A Free Solution. Usually host the Sharpway Show, but not today. Today I'm with you on A Free Solution. WYSL Rochester, New York. WACK Newark, New York. The cool Newark. You can reach out to me, 585-346-3000. So I've been watching TV, and you're probably saying to yourself, why would you punish yourself, Larry? Well, because I care about you. So I want to make sure I'm watching so you don't have to. So I watch the three major news outlets, MSNBC, CNN, and Fox. Those are the three big boys. Okay. So I'm thinking, who's going to start telling me about the important things in my life and how to fix them, or what the politicians are saying, or any of those things? Well, clearly none of them. MSNBC, if you've watched it, spends most of its time talking still about January 6th. I'm not joking. If you've watched them, you're thinking, really? This is the most important thing? Yes, clearly. Number one thing, January 6th, and how are we going to get Trump and his people? Because his people are all evil, and Trump is clearly evil, and he did it himself personally. So he was there. He was holding a flag and charging. It was him. So we got to get him. Number one. That's critically important. If you're watching CNN, everything is COVID. Everything is COVID. Every single thing. Talk about this virus, this, that, everything. If you're watching Fox, all about how bad Biden is. It's all about inflation, mandates. That's what it is. So I would ask you, all the things talking about in the news, how are we fixing them? You might say, well, Larry, they're news people. They don't have to tell us how to fix it. You're right, they don't. But they bring guests on all the time. So you would think that one of these guests would come on and say, yeah, here's how we fix it. Here's the answer. Here's the solution. Here's something. No. If you go on MSNBC, who do they bring on? Some guy or some gal or group of people who come on and they say, MSNBC says this: January 6th is clearly 9/11 times 5 times 12, whatever. It's the most horrible thing ever happened in the world in the history of all humanity. Hey, people I'm going to bring on, can you please validate what I just said? And they will jump on and go, yes, it's worse than the Civil War and the world's ending. And it's all Trump's fault. He personally planned the entire thing. He drove the people there in a big bus. That's it. And if we just get rid of him, everything will be awesome. That's MSNBC. Fox. Inflation's bad. Mandates are bad. Hey, person, come on and tell me how to fix it. I'm not going to tell you to fix it. I'm going to tell you how bad Biden is. Biden's the worst guy in the world. He's horrible. He's terrible. And he's worse than anybody in the planet. Okay, great. How are you going to fix it? Oh, I don't know that. I don't know. Aren't you running for office? I am. So what's your plan? Biden's terrible. It's not a good plan. CNN. COVID's going to kill everybody. Okay, what's your evidence? People come on. Hi, I'm guy who's going to say that we should not just mask, we should mask 4 times. We should mask babies, mask your cat, mask everybody, vaccinate everybody, vaccinate the deer in the woods because they might give us COVID. That's news. I don't even know how to respond to that sometimes. When I'm watching, I can only watch for a few minutes, and then I change the channel, and I see what's next. I shift and move to what's next. So now I think, well, I'll go to the other one and that'll work. No, they're all just pumping the same thing for literally hours on and every day. And what I think is, if I'm watching one of them and if I believe in them, right? If I believe MSNBC is right or Fox is right or CNN is right, if I believe them and I watch for 3 or 4 hours a day, I mean, I'd probably want to jump off a building. But assuming that I don't jump off a building, wow, I would really believe that January 6th is literally 9/11 times 1,000. I would believe that, right? I would believe that. That's not true, by the way. Just in case you watch a lot of MSNBC, it's not true. But I would believe that. This is a bigger issue in New York State. Why? Because this state is struggling horribly, and you all see it. This state is struggling horribly. The country's struggling, but we're struggling worse than most. We're struggling to find ourselves. We're struggling to find our happiness. We're struggling to get back in action. My youngest daughter, who's 11, and my youngest daughter is not vaccinated. She's 11. Just today in New York City, you can't go to theaters unless you're vaccinated, right? We thought, well, it's okay. She's 11. No. If you're 5 or older, we're struggling. My daughter can't go to the movies now. She's 11. So we're punishing 11-year-olds. That's now the answer. Punish. And you would think, well, there's people who are upset about this. There are. And you probably know that there's new mask mandates in New York State, everywhere, everyone. New York City, vax mandates everywhere, no matter what you do. You think, well, wait a minute. People are fighting. Well, there are some counties in New York State who are saying we don't want to enforce. It's true. Some are. They're the minority. You would think that in America, they'd be the majority. No, they're the minority. In my city, New York City, which I know some of you are tired of hearing about. I know some of you are, but you need to hear about it because what happens in my city is coming to you. Don't fool yourself. Don't think, well, it's just crazy New York City people. Nope. That's coming to you. It might take some time. It's coming to you, which is why I'm trying to stop it here because it's definitely coming to you. I would like it to not. But yeah, some people are fighting back. I get it. It's not working. We need more. We need a whole lot more. You might say, okay, Larry, I got you. I see what you're talking about. So we're going to find some answers. Here's what I would ask you. How? How? Looking at my mayor here in New York City and our governor in New York, I would ask any of you, if you want to call in, jump in the chat. Chat's hopping as always. If you want to come into the chat, if you want to call in, please tell me one person who was running for an office of any stature in this state that has an actual answer, not just other guy bad. An actual answer. A plan. A bad plan, but it's a plan to fix our economy, a plan to fix our schooling, a plan to fix. Did you see in New York City? They had kids outside sitting on the floor. Sorry, not the floor, the ground. The floor would mean inside. Outside on the ground, eating their lunch alone, masked, and then eat, and then cover the mask up, mask off, eat, mask back on. What are you going to do? You're training our kids for years of this. What is going to happen when all of a sudden the mask mandates go away? Assuming they ever go away. Assuming we ever don't wear masks anymore. I mean, we might be wearing masks the rest of our lives. But assuming that we don't, what are those kids going to do? I see kids in my city now that when they don't have to wear masks, feel more comfortable wearing a mask. They're 10, 11, 12 years old, and they go outside by themselves in front of their homes, and they keep a mask on. How healthy is that for their psyche? It isn't. It isn't. We already have our youth with insane anxiety and social issues. The horrible psychological devastation that's coming from this. And people don't seem to care at all. And the worst part is the parents are on board. They're on board. Yeah. Mask my kid because my kid who's 8 might get COVID, maybe die. Maybe the odds are insane. The odds are the same as if they get struck by lightning, but the odds of them having detrimental psychological problems are insanely high. But mask them. I see this constantly. And if I go to my news, my CNN, my Fox, my MSNBC, what do I get? More fear, more angry, more other guy bad. More other guy bad. And what this is actually doing, it's reinforcing the two types of mindsets that I can't stand, which is a bad idea. Blind obedience and blind rebellion. I don't want you being blind at all. I want you making decisions for yourself to the best of your ability. Because the people who run things, or should run things, are you and I. And our judgment matters. And if we're blind, oh my God. Am I right? Am I wrong? Tell me. 585-346-3000. Larry Sharp on A Free Solution, WYSL. Back after the break.
Your business relies on computers and technology to operate. Slow, unreliable networks and servers can cause unplanned downtime and affect your bottom line. The experts at Simple Tech Innovations are here to help. Their preventative maintenance program ensures that your computers and network are kept up to date and monitored for any issues, keeping your business running smoothly. They also help clients achieve HIPAA, PCI, and New York State cybersecurity compliance to keep your network safe and secure. Whatever your business IT needs are, Simple Tech Innovations should be your first call. They've won the best in Rochester 8 years in a row and have an A+ Better Business Bureau rating. Call them today for a free consultation at 585-200-3182. That's 585-200-3182. Simple Tech Innovations.
Inside the Taylor Laboratories.
Hey, Tony, what you doing?
A little experiment, Zach. Look what I have under the microscope.
Ugh, what's that?
A sample of indoor air.
How can it be that dirty? Don't AC and furnace filters help?
Only with dust, Zach. But when Taylor installs a whole house APCO air purifier to detox the air, odors, chemicals, mold, bacteria, and viruses are removed.
For clean indoor air.
Yep. Ain't science awesome?
Taylor, 500 help.
A message from the National Police Association. It used to be that any able-bodied person would offer to assist a police officer in danger. Now, passers-by are more likely to take a video.
All right, we have Craig from Clinton.
When an officer's in trouble, call 911. Tell the operator where you are and what you see. Then, start your video to provide evidence later. To learn more about how you can assist law enforcement, visit nationalpolice.org. That's nationalpolice.org.
Why do businesses choose to move their website from Wix and Squarespace to Simple Tech Innovations? Maybe it's their excellent customer service or attention to detail. Maybe it's their ability to give a truly customized solution. Or perhaps they just like the fact that Simple Tech is a local small business that builds great relationships with its clients. Whatever the reason may be, you can rest assured knowing that the local team at Simple Tech has your best interest in mind when building or updating your website. They're They're hands-on and love helping customers achieve their goals. But don't take my word for it. They've won the best in Rochester 8 years in a row and have an A+ Better Business Bureau rating. If your website doesn't match your dreams or isn't achieving your goals, give the professionals at Simple Tech Innovations a call today for a consultation at 585-200-3182. That's 585-200-3182. Simple Tech Innovations.
A free solution.
Yes, Larry Sharp back here on A Free Solution. WYSL, Rochester, New York, WACK, Newark, New York, 585-346-3000. And guess what? This show isn't on just Tuesdays. It's on every day. Yes, noon every day here. How in the world can you find out? You know what you can do? You can follow A Free Solution on YouTube and also Facebook. The ultra cool Tim O'Connor is on Thursdays, and the super cool Kevin Wilson is on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Oh, wow, he's really kind of carrying the show, isn't he? That's fine. I still love you, Kevin. He's really carrying the show. So maybe I should do more. Anyway, we're all here. So you get lots of cool people noon every day, WYSL. Please enjoy. So before the break, I was talking about the 3 news stations, what they find important, and how it affects New York State. And I have some more on this. But before I go there, I'm going to grab a call if I could. I'm going to grab Craig from Clinton. How are you, sir?
Hello, Larry. How are you?
What's going on?
Oh, not a whole lot. I just wanted to comment on your mask talk there. It's funny, there's 2 New York, because usually I'm in Clinton, and that's near Utica, and it's all a city, and everyone's got their mask on and all this, and, scared, and, follow the leader. I grew up in a small town a ways away from that, and I'm actually back in a combine today playing farmer, and it's like none of that's happening. It's like none of that's happening. So it's just crazy, because I feel like a lot of folks out in the country, quote unquote, they look at the television and they see these people are nuts. Why do I want what? I'm happy I'm out here. I don't have to worry about anything.
Well, let me go to another way of looking at this. Look at Florida, right? Florida, and I'm going to cover DeSantis in a minute. But the idea is Florida is not the same as New York, but very similar, right? We have a similar population. They have a little bit more than us. We have a similar demographics. They're a little bit higher in Hispanics. We're a little bit higher in African Americans, but similar. Population density is, again, similar. We have one huge city. They have a couple of larger cities, but they're similar. And if I look at those 2 combined, Florida, compared to us, had no lockdowns. I mean, they had a little bit in the beginning, but compared to us, nothing. But they're not doing anywhere near as bad as we are. So I'm with you. I'm not sure any of this is making any sense.
Yeah, and it just goes back to the whole one-size-fits-all solutions, right? I feel like there was a little bit of hesitancy with that, and people kind of got, okay, well, there's exceptions. There's no exceptions anymore. No exceptions. Do it.
Absolutely. That's my biggest problem. This goes right back to what I was talking about. The idea of blind obedience and blind rebellion. That we should be thinking for ourselves, right? I know it sounds dumb, but it isn't, because what we realize is the people who, are our leaders come from our population. And if the people in the population aren't thinking for themselves, when they become leaders, they don't think for themselves. So I want everyone to be thinking for themselves, because we pull our leaders from our population. We pull our scientists, our smart people, our teachers, our cops. We pull them out of our population. And if we, as a population, aren't thinking for ourselves, our leaders and authority figures won't be either. Did I lose you?
Yeah. No, you're here. I'm here. Do you think we're ever going to get away from it? I mean, you see states like Florida, like you said, are a little bit more hesitant to crack down and everybody must follow. But here in New York, I feel like that's it. Just follow whatever Kathy says on a television, and you're golden. I don't see any resistance to it anymore. It's mind-boggling.
And the reason why I think it's true is because people aren't giving them actual answers. When people are afraid or people are worried, they follow the person who tends to yell loudest or who has the most, people around them. They tend to just follow that person. But when someone says, here's an actual answer, here's some hope, try this, people often follow them. And I'll give you the best and worst example in one. Russia, 1917. People have been serfs in Russia, basically slaves, not officially slaves, a little bit different, a little bit better than slaves, but not much better, a little bit better than slaves, for about 300-400 years. And they just sit there. All of a sudden, here comes communism. Now they go, communism, that's not serfdom, not slavery. This stuff must be great. It gave them hope. There was a rebellion, there was a battle, there was a war, and they won. Sadly, obviously, communism was much better, but they didn't know any better. They just knew that what they had was bad. They figured this thing was good. But I think you find the same thing here, particularly in New York State. I'm worried or scared. Her Majesty Queen Kathy says, do this thing. They follow because I guess that's better than what we got. What I got now is terrible. I guess I'll follow that. But if someone shows them some hope, I think they follow. And I hope people will follow what I'm saying. As I start telling people and giving them plans, a lot of people like what I'm saying. I'm hoping I can be that hope. I'm hoping I'm the hope. Double hope.
Larry Sharp, A New Hope. Disney, don't come after you.
A New Hope. That's it. Episode 4. I like it.
Yeah.
Very good. Craig, I appreciate the call, brother.
All righty. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thanks. So why does this matter specifically in New York State? Because something special happened recently. Our AG, Attorney General in most states, not in our state. AG in our state stands for aspiring governor. Does not stand for Attorney General in our state. She decided, Letitia James, that she's not running for governor anymore. She stopped. Okay. Why would you stop? People have said things like, well, it's because Jumaane Williams is running, or because the Democrat establishment wants Hochul, whatever. Nope. If you look at her statement, she was saying the quiet part out loud. And that is, she wants to make sure she can focus on being Attorney General on some special, cases she has running. What are those cases right now? Well, Trump and Cuomo. Yes, I don't call her Kingslayer for nothing. Yes. So Kingslayer is literally out there trying to get rid of Trump. They might say, wait a minute, Larry, why in the world does some person who could probably become governor of New York next year, why in the world would she decide to stop and go try to beat up Trump? She just become governor and yell at Trump all day long from her bully pulpit, right? If you want to yell at Trump, Cuomo did it. So why can't you do that? You like yelling at Trump. I get it. It's popular. No. I think literally there was a deal being made. Do I have evidence of this? I do not. This is my opinion. Take it for whatever you want. You decide what value you want to put on this. Deal was made in some way saying, you know what? You knock down Trump and we'll give you something, whatever is the thing. Who can knock down Trump? Her. The feds are working on it. She's working on it. They're trying to. How? I'm going to cover your calls, your texts, your comments, and answer that after the break. Larry Sharp, YSL, WYSL, 585-346-3000. Back after the break.
Yeah, New York State, our AG stood for aspiring governor.
Fly the flag, stand for freedom. WYSL. AM 1040 Avon, Rochester, FM 92.1 Rochester, and FM 95.5 Spencerport.
Here's the latest forecast from the News 10 NBC Weather Center for tonight. Partly to mostly cloudy skies. Still a touch frosty. We'll drop into the low 30s. On Wednesday, clouds will increase. Could be some showers in the afternoon. A little breezier in the 40s. On Thursday, noticeably warmer. Could be record-setting warm into the 60s. Some showers will come in late. It will be a windy day. Could be some strong winds Thursday night, turning colder Friday. I'm Rich Cornelia, WYSL.
For unbeatable deals and best selection, see Victor Chevrolet, where their great service department keeps your new Chevy in tip-top shape. From oil changes to new air filters to replacement tire deals, they've got great service savings like complete brake caliper service, including cleaning pads and lube to fight corrosion. $10 off for a limited time, just $79.95. Winter prep service, free battery check with $98 wheel alignment. Buy 3 tires, get 1 free, or buy 4 tires and get a free wheel alignment. Then there's new truck deal. A 2021 Chevy Silverado 4-wheel drive pickup, just $299 a month for 36 months, $2,500 down. Or a 2021 Chevy Colorado 4-wheel drive, just $399.95 a month for 36 months, $49.99 down. Includes returning lessee rebate, Costco, healthcare, college grad, first responder, educator, and military discounts. A 10,000-mile per year lease, 25 cents for each additional mile. Must have lease in household. Come see how easy it is to do business with us. Find new roads at Victor Chevrolet, Route 96 in Victor. Visit victorchevrolet.com.
FM Talk. What's with those injury attorney TV ads these days? Seems like they're in a race to see who can put more lawyer faces on the screen. Even with an 80-inch TV, you can't make them out. What's the point? Maybe they're trying to impress with who's biggest, but it ends up looking like an undergrad photo in your school yearbook, or maybe a dating site from hell. Of course, the one attorney that matters to you is the one who's helping you put your life back together after a personal injury or a motorcycle accident, or handling your DWI defense. Christopher Johnson makes you feel like you're his only client, because when you meet with him, your case gets 100% of his attention. Write this number down. Keep it in your car. 415-3803. 415-3803. At this number, instead of getting lost in the crowd, you'll get individual attention, integrity, experience, and expertise. Write it down. 415-3803. Put the power of one on your legal team. Stay safe, be healthy, drive sober. Christopher Johnson, attorney. Personal injury, car or motorcycle accidents, DWI defense.
Your business relies on computers and technology to operate. Slow, unreliable networks and servers can cause unplanned downtime and affect your bottom line. The experts at Simple Tech Innovations are here to help. Their preventative maintenance program ensures that your computers and network are kept up to date and monitored for any issues, keeping your business running smoothly. They also help clients achieve HIPAA, PCI, and New York State cybersecurity compliance to keep your network safe and secure. Whatever your business IT needs are, Simple Tech Innovations should be your first call. They've won the best in Rochester 8 years in a row and have an A+ Better Business Bureau rating. Call them today for a free consultation at 585-200-3182. That's 585-200-3182. Simple Tech Innovations.
Forget the fluff and silly stuff. Get the facts right now. Only on News 1040 AM.
Your family is growing, and it's time for a new home. Why buy a used house with someone else's style when you can afford a new Faber home, built to suit your taste and your needs? Start fresh, build new with Faber. Faber Homes can customize your home to meet your wishes and dreams. Faber Homes is now building in 6 locations. Visit the Faber Homes website at faberhomes.com and find the plan of your dreams or a quick deliver home. Give Faber Homes a call today at 247-4800 or visit faberhomes.com for our current incentives. Faber Homes, great price.
All Seasons Wine and Spirits, East Main Street, Avon has a great selection of flavored liqueurs, including the ever-popular eggnog varieties. Get yours before they're gone. All Seasons Wine and Spirits has the area's largest selection of New York State wines. Save 10% on a case of wine. You can mix and match. Open daily. All Seasons Wine and Spirits, East Main Street, Avon.
My name is Shannon Avery, and I'm a team member at Tom Walls Avon. I'll take the extra time to hand bread the haddock fillet on your haddock dinner and serve it with just made coleslaw. Will you join us with your family?
A free solution.
Larry Sharp, back here on A Free Solution. Usually host the Sharp Way Show, and you can check me out on all the internet things. All of them. Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and Twitter and you name it. Put in Larry Sharp. I'll be there. 100%. Here right now on WYSL, Rochester, New York, WACK, Newark, New York. Reach out to me if you want to, 585-346-3000. Before the break, I was talking about our AG, aspiring governor, becoming an actual attorney general. Not too shabby, I guess, but she actually wants to make this actually work, I think. Or she just wants to take down Trump and Cuomo. What is the goal here? Does she actually think she's going to put Trump behind bars? Not at all. Not the goal. I mean, would she love to be the person who did that? Of course she would. Absolutely. But no. What she's doing is what most prosecutors do. They're going to try, and it's happening already, the January 6th commission at the federal level, is they're grabbing everyone around Trump, trying to scare them into saying things, and then they will get them not on an actual doing or committing some type of crime. Won't be that. It'll be on lying. So they'll say, guy who was close to Trump, on this day you said X, and on this day you said Y. That's a lie to Congress or in court. That's perjury. We're going to put you in jail. Unless you tell us some terrible stuff about Trump publicly that we can use in commercials for 2022 and 2024. I'm not joking. That's the goal. They will say bad things about Trump, and then they will use those bad things in 2022 and 2024 to scare voters into saying Trump is the evilest thing in the world, and you got to vote for us Democrats. Now, what I would ask, okay, Trump's the worst thing in the world. I got you. What's your plan? And they'll go, did you not hear what I said? He's the worst thing in the world. Got it. So what's your plan? Well, he's like really bad. And that's what's going to happen in 2022 and 2024. That's the Democrat plan. Sadly, it might work. I'm not joking. It might work. It all depends. How many people do they get to say bad things? What kind of bad things will they say? And will the public believe it? If the public believes it, it's going to work. If the public doesn't believe it, then they won't. That's how it works. And those of you who are not Trump supporters are going to be like, yay, get rid of the bad guy. And those of you who like Trump are like, no way. And my point is, if the American people buy it, it's going to work. If they don't, it won't. And remember, it's not the hardcore people who hate Trump already or love Trump already. Those people aren't the goal. The goal is the people who just go about their lives and just don't really care about Trump or not Trump. They're like, whatever. I just want to do my job. I just want to go to school. I just want to feed my family. Whatever. Those are the people they want to target. That's the goal. If they get them to either not show up if they would vote Republican or show up if they would vote Democrat, then that's the victory. You're going to see that heavily here in New York State with Tish James. And you're going to see that all day long in the January 6th investigation. All day long. They're going to try their best to get everyone to turn, to flip on Trump. And it might work. Think about if it was you. You're some guy who was working, some gal who's working in the Trump White House. Here comes Tis James threatening you with 6 years in prison for perjury, or say bad stuff about Trump. You might. I'm not mad at you. I'm just saying that's the system. That happens all the time to people in the hood, to people in Appalachia, all day long. That's happening right now. There's some poor guy in West Virginia or some poor guy in Chicago right now who that's happening to them right now. There's some prosecutor getting their friends to say bad things about them so they can go to jail. That's happening as we speak, I'm sure. So now they're trying with Trump. So they know. We'll see if it works. The problem is, I'll go back to the same thing. Where's the solution? And I'll touch a worse part. It just divides us even more. Even more. Because everyone listening is probably going to have to jump on one side or the other. Tis James is right. They're all evil. Or she's wrong. It's a witch hunt. That's not good for us. How are we working together? We're not. This just makes things worse. Regardless of your side, whichever side you jump on. Worse. Let me grab a couple comments. The chat's kind of exploding. I've been ignoring you. I apologize. Let me grab some of these. Dixie says, hey, to Queen Hochul, it's Queen Kathy, Her Majesty, just say that all New Yorkers have to wear a mask again, regardless of vax status. Yes, but there is a caveat. The caveat is if your business has a vaccine mandate, you don't have to all wear a mask, right? However, if your business does not have a vax mandate, everyone must wear a mask, because I guess that helps. Even though we have an over 50% growth in COVID cases recently. This is the part that drives me crazy. We put down draconian rules. COVID cases go up. We don't go, maybe these rules aren't working. We go, you know what we need? More rules. More rules. We'll make it to where you can't leave your bed without a spacesuit. That'll do it. And then when that happens, only one human being per house in a spacesuit. Then that'll work. I don't know what we're doing here. It's insane. But yes, John says, Larry, that's literally Team America's line, 9/11 time 1,000. Yes, it's probably where I got it from. I don't remember. It's probably where I got it from. But yes, I did see that movie. And that's the point. They're talking about I'm doing 9/11. January 6th. And I'll tell you my opinion on January 6th. Some of you will disagree, some of you will agree. It was a riot. And it was bad. And they shouldn't have done it. And the feds were probably involved. But they're always involved. Still, they shouldn't have done it. Is it 9/11 at all? No, it's not even close. It's nowhere. It's not even 1/10 of 9/11. However, it was a riot and it was bad. And they should have done it. They should be saying that, because that's what it was, a riot. That was bad. It wasn't 9/11 times 1,000. It wasn't that. So Bobby says fear-mongering. Yes, absolutely. Michelle's like, just watch Lucifer, screw the news. I've been trying to get my wife to watch it, Michelle, since she told me to. You told me like a year ago, months ago. And my wife's like, I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to see if I can get her to watch it with me. We'll see. I'll let you know. Right now, she's like, no. So, yes. John says, Dixie. Oh, she Dixie. I'm sorry. Let me move on. I apologize. Devin says, this is now about more
Tyler from Norwich.
People, especially the vaccinated. The beginning, it was necessary due to lack of vaccines and treatments. But now, since we have them, it's definitely more about control. That is a great point. I mean, even if you're someone who feels that you have to do things to deal with this, and I'm okay with that idea. I am. I'm okay with short-term shoves and pushes here or there because you're worried. It's human nature, right? I get that. But you're right. Now there are vaccines, there are pills and treatments. Why are we double and tripling down? It's a valid point, Devin. I get it. And if it really was 2 weeks to flatten the curve, if that was real. Clearly it wasn't. While I wouldn't have liked it, I wouldn't have fought, if that makes any sense. Because your point, knee jerk, let's try to fix it. If that's what it actually was, I would have probably said something and moved on. It's not a hill I want to die on. While I don't like it, there are so many other things to fight. Let it go. I'm with you. I would have been like, move on. But it was way more than that. And that's my concern. I think you're right. I'm going to grab a call if I could. I have Tyler. How are you, sir?
Hi, Larry. Good to talk to you again.
What's going on?
Well, week 94 into 2 weeks into flattening the curve, and Cuomo 2.0's office just said that I sit at my desk alone with nobody in my office, and I have to wear a mask while I'm sitting and staring at my computer screen.
Yes.
Cuomo 2.0
yes.
can take her mask mandate, and something I can't say on the radio.
You've just, this goes back to what Devin just said, right? Devin saying this is about control. And that shows, right? There are people now who, and for those who don't know, the federal government's made a mandate on vaccinations. So now the federal government says if you work for the federal government, you have to be vaccinated. Now, while I disagree with that, I understand that the federal government does have control over federal employees. I don't like it. I get it. But that's not all. They also say all contractors. So now if I work for a company that has a government contract, and that government contract is one of 10 contracts that they have, but they want to keep that one government contract, everyone in the company has to be vaccinated, even though 90% of the people don't work on that government contract. Doesn't matter. The entire company has to be vaccinated. Some of these people, to your point, work from home. They have to be vaccinated. And now you sitting at your desk by yourself, you have to wear a mask. Something's wrong. Tyler, can you stay with me to the break?
Sure.
Good. Hold on. I'm going to take a break. Stay with me. We'll talk when you get back. This is Larry Sharp, WYSL Radio, a free solution, 585-346-3000. Back with Tyler after the break.
Why do businesses choose to move their website from Wix and Squarespace to Simple Tech Innovations? Maybe it's their excellent customer service or attention to detail. Maybe it's their ability to give a truly customized solution. Or perhaps they just like the fact that Simple Tech is a local small business that builds great relationships with its clients. Whatever the reason may be, you can rest assured knowing that the local team at Simple Tech has your best interest in mind when building or updating your
Tyler's from
website.
Norwich. Do you know him?
And love helping customers achieve their goals. But don't take my word for it. They've won the best in Rochester 8 years in a row and have an A+ Better Business Bureau rating. If your website doesn't match your dreams or isn't achieving your goals, give the professionals at Simple Tech Innovations a call today for a consultation at 585-200-3182. That's 585-200-3182. Simple Tech Innovations.
Need help with health insurance? The Greece Regional Chamber provides assistance with health insurance for businesses, nonprofits, families, and individuals throughout our region. We pride ourselves on the personalized service that we provide for our clients. Let us help you find health insurance plans that fit your needs and navigate the paperwork. Greece Chamber Benefit Partners, located at 2402 Westridge Road in Rochester, New York, offers a broad range of medical insurance plans for businesses, nonprofits, individuals, and families throughout the greater Rochester Finger Lakes region, working with insurance companies including Excellus Blue Cross Blue Shield, Univera, and MVP Healthcare. We can also help you access insurance plans through the New York State of Health, the official health plan marketplace. Again, you do not need to live or work in Greece to utilize our brokerage services. We serve the greater Rochester Finger Lakes region of New York State. Visit greecechamber.org to sign up for one of our free health insurance information sessions or schedule an appointment with one of our licensed brokers. Call 585-227-7272. 585-227-7272.
Your business relies on computers and technology to operate. Slow, unreliable networks and servers can cause unplanned downtime and affect your bottom line. The experts at Simple Tech Innovations are here to help. Their preventative maintenance program ensures that your computers and network are kept up to date and monitored for any issues, keeping your business running smoothly. They also help clients achieve HIPAA, PCI, and New York State cybersecurity compliance to keep your network safe and secure. Whatever your business IT needs are, Simple Tech Innovations should be your first call. They've won the Best in Rochester 8 years in a row and have an A+ Better Business Bureau rating. Call them today for a free consultation at 585-200-3182. That's 585-200-3182. Simple Tech Innovations.
A free solution.
Yes, I am back. Larry Sharp, A Free Solution. WYSL, Rochester, New York. WACK, Newark, New York. Here on the phone with Tyler. And Tyler, are you still with me?
I'm still with you, Larry.
Yeah, hold on. My engineer's asking me, have we met before?
We've never met in person, but I've called in a couple of times and I've joined you on your live streams a couple of times in the chat.
There we go. Okay, good. I'm sorry. I meet so many people, I sometimes forget. That's why I wanted to make sure. So
no, I've
tell
always
me.
wanted to meet you, but I mean, my schedule and your schedule just hasn't matched. So
Eventually, I'll be crossing the state again, so hopefully we'll chat. But let me go back to what you were saying. You're in your office and you have to wear a mask.
Mm-hmm.
Who is checking?
That's exactly my point. How is Empress Catherine the Terrible going to figure out if I'm wearing my mask or not?
Yes.
I mean, my fellow employees aren't going to narc on me because they don't agree with it either. But the point of the matter is I'm in my office alone, behind closed doors, not interacting with the public. What the hell?
Yes.
It's dumb. It's stupid.
And the part that bothers me, and this is the part, and I'm a Marine, and I remember what we would say in the Marine Corps when people would not do things, right? Well, I was just following orders. I didn't do that. And I would say things like, yeah, but you were there. You knew it was wrong. Well, yeah, but I got ordered. But you knew it was wrong. So why'd you do it? Well, someone told me. I know, but why'd you do it? And that concept to a lot of people is insane. The idea, and I do it when I consult in business, I'm looking, when I talk to the individual workers in the business, when things go wrong, I look for what's heard. I'm sorry, what's said. Is what's said, Tyler, this thing is wrong. Who told you to do it? Number one. Or number two, Tyler, it's wrong. Why'd you do it? If the question is, who told you to do it? I am encouraging no independent thought. I'm encouraging just follow orders. That's not a good way of working. If I say, why'd you do it? Now I'm encouraging independent thought. That's what I want. But Larry, people will make mistakes. Yes, because we're human. But I'm going to trust the person who's on the ground in front of the thing more than I'm going to trust somebody who's sitting in an office 100 miles away. So my point is, if I want you to be safe, I would rather trust you being safe in your own office. Is it possible you'll screw up? Yes, you're human. But if only you screw up in your office, then only you're screwed and we can hopefully fix you. If the state screws up, 10 million New Yorkers are screwed. It's a whole different way of looking at things. Plus, if I order you, Tyler, and you do it because I order you, you don't actually believe it. But if you choose to, you believe it.
Exactly. And like I said, the whole situation is messed up. It's about, like that commenter on Facebook said, it's about control. Yep. And sorry, Empress Catherine the Terrible, your reign, may it be short and horrible. And good God, I hope somebody beats you in the election. Let's go gold. Come on, Larry. Hopefully you win for governor.
I appreciate it, bro. Thank you so much for the call. Thank you.
Have a good day, sir.
All righty. So let me grab some of these if I can. Tim says, leave New York City, Larry. I'm with you. Do you think I don't think about that? Of course I think about that. But if I just pack up and go, how do we fix it? Right? I could move. And I have thought of it. Don't get me wrong. Tennessee looking really good right now. But I'm trying to fix some things. I don't want to have to move. You know, people say, Larry, why are you going to run in 2022? Why? There's many reasons why. And one of them is a selfish reason. I don't want to move. I love my state. I know the people here. I work here. I'm raised here. Why do I have to leave? I don't want to. I might have to. It's possible, Tim. I'm going to come live with you. But I'm saying it's I'd rather just kind of stay and fix things if I could. Right? Look, we get upset about immigrants rushing to America because their countries are bad. People say it all the time, why don't they fix their own country? I'm trying to fix my own state. I'm trying to. I mean, I want immigrants to come. Please come. But come in an organized fashion. Legally, it would be nice. But please come. I do. But I get it. That's all I'm saying. All right. Rosemary says, I think I read vaccines are safe for 6 months and over. That's their next step. That's the next step, is 6 months and older. So they're doing vaccines now for 5 and older, and they're moving towards 6 months and older. My issue here with that, if you want to vaccinate your child, I'm okay with that. Up to you. Why in the world would you force me or any parent to vaccinate their child for a disease that the odds of killing them is less than the flu, right? And not just that, the odds of them transferring it to others is less than the flu. That's reality, right? No matter what you might think about COVID or the vaccines, whatever you might think about those mandates, everyone, I'm hoping, would agree that the amount of kids who transfer it and get killed by it are negligible compared to the people who are over 65 with pre-existing conditions. And they don't even transfer it. And not one time in the history of COVID across the globe has a school been a super spreader. Never. Not once. Never. So why are we doing this with our kids? We are literally sacrificing our youth for our seniors. Why would we ever do that? I'm not saying I don't love my seniors. I do. I'm almost a senior myself. And my loved ones, many of them are seniors. And I don't want to sacrifice them at all. I want to sacrifice nobody. But what I would guess is the vast number of seniors, if you ask them, would you like a 6-month-old baby to be sacrificed for you? 99.9 repeating percent of them would go, no, of course not. Why would I want that? I'm 60 or 80 or 90 or whatever the case may be. Why would I want a baby sacrificed for me? No. If I got to choose who goes, I'll go. I think the vast majority would say that. I would, particularly if they're my own children, specifically my own grandchildren or my own children. Of course, I would sacrifice myself for them. And I would bet most people would agree with me. Maybe not. So, yes. Ed says, since Hochul is the Wicked Witch of the West, well, kind of, I guess, she's been obsessed with over the virus, just like the news. Yes. And the reason why I feel is it's an easy way to have control and to say I've done something. It's her signature issue. It really is. So we'll see what happens. Guys, there is a solution. It's a free one. We have to be able to think for ourselves. Thank you so much for giving me a chunk of your afternoon. I will see you all next week.